Easy boy.
Yo bro, saya in this game. I need your advice.
What advice?
I don't know where I should start.
First, you should check your hip.
So how do I grip this?
So first of all, you take this. This is called a forehand.
Forehand grip.
Yeah. Forehand grip is when you need to make a high serve for single matches, or when you want to block or smash. Now, from this, do this. The thumb and the racket move positions. From this. This is bagi. This is thumb hold. Thumb hold.
How?
For grip.
For grip.
Bagi itu thumb grip. Like this.
Like what?
Like this.
Like this.
Yeah. Move it to the side horizontally.
Oh, this for surface.
This is for short surface and for defense or nothing. So when you're nothing, you would go like this. And then for block, you go. Now try a high step with the forehand. No, yeah, forehand. Not the thumb, the thumb like this. This one, no, the thumb like this.
Ini
Yeah. Like this, put it high, drop, hit. Good.
Answer at this.
The you just need to hit it at the right time. So like this.
Okay.
So this is called high shot. You use that for single matches because you want to hit at the back of the court.
For the
Short serve, you want to do it like this with the thumb hold one. You hold it like this. Yeah. You don't want to serve it too high because that will be a fault. You want to hit it like this. Most beginners do the mistake of when they want to hit, you drop the ball like this. Don't do that. You just want to hold it.
Yes.
And then hit. You don't need to like drop it and then hit. No.
just hit it.
Just skip like this. See. Look at where the nut is and at where my just skip like this.
Okay.
That is for the short serve. Most usually most in doubles.
But yeah, I always lift my leg when I do defense, right?
That is called footwork. So because you're right-handed, your footwork need to be when you move to the front, your right leg leads first. And when you move to the back, your right leg moves back. So in the neutral position of the service, like this, you will turn to move to the middle of the court because this is the closest to all angles. For example, cutting one, this, back, this, behind.
Set.
It's really similar with crab.
What?
With crab.
Yeah, because you're hitting with the racket, because you're hitting with this hand.
So you not on like this.
Don't, because if you do that, like in boxing, you will say, for example, you do it like this, you fall.
That's why I always fall when I'm playing with him. Okay, one more technique I don't know is
Can you do a high serve? First, this is the forehand tip, right?
yeah.
One to smash with the forehand tip. This is like how you do a lock. You know how to do a lock? So a lock is like this. It for me. Give me a high serve. So a lock is like a lock. Right there. One.
Like that.
Body bang.
Oh, balik. Baik.
Enggak, body begini. Jadi ini kan seperti so from the of the paragraph, the opponent is defending. You want to move him out of the position, for example, stay in the middle. For example, if I hit to you from there, you can defend it like this. Then if you hit the front, you can just snap it. But if I hit to you from there, you have to move your leg. So how bisa tidak? That is so from
How do I do that?
first, you have to know that most of the power comes from gain or from
Always.
wrist. So the action goes like this. First like this. You measure where the puck is with your left hand. Like this. Yeah. And then you hit it first like this. This is part of the motion, but most of the power comes from this. Now, for example, yeah, if the puck is like this, if you're too back, this will not be a smash. This will be a lob, a filter. Even a lob, you have to hit it like this because this is when the most amount of power you will generate. A smash, you have to, do you know a jump smash? Because if it like this, what will happen if I hit it like this?
Down straight.
Yeah, down. So if the position is like this, it will go down there. The more fast, the more fast, I will try half. For example, if I'm at the front of the path, I want to kill the ball. Like this.
Oh, it's not a fall.
Like this is a ball, this is also, but that is for demonstration. For example, if you give me a ball, serve it like in front of you. That is not enough kill.
But
Not
doesn't
enough
have kill.
Yeah. It's like a muscle. Now if
Oh, it was not a smash, but like a smash.
it's like a muscle, it's like a muscle. I want to that muscle, that muscle. From the back, I still want to for the angle to go, but not as deep, like this, like this. And to keep it from here, ini ayat
Mulai itu kamu bahas dulu.
like this is out. That is called a backhand.
Oh, it was a backhand.
Backhand. There's also called backhand smash.
Backhand.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else? Oh, also for defense, you can train defense like this.
How do I turn defense?
Oh.
Oh, so you can have the wall.
Yeah. You just keep the puck as high as possible as long as you can. Yeah. So that's it.
Okay, thank you, Ian. So thank you so much for giving me advice so I can play this game better than before. Okay, thank you, Mr. Jiki.
谢谢。
Hai, nama aku Arnil. Hari ini aku bakal bahas gaya fisika di dalam shuttlecock. Karena selama ini aku memiliki pertanyaan, mengapa setiap kali aku memukul shuttlecock, sekeras apapun aku memukul, pasti hasilnya akan melambat. Apalagi untuk gerakan mendatar dan gerakan melambung ke atas. Jadi penjelasan fisika di dalamnya, shuttlecock ini memang didesain untuk mengenai kena hambatan udara yang besar. hambatan udara atau drag force adalah faktor fisika yang sangat dominan dalam olahraga badminton. Dibandingkan dengan olahraga-olahraga lain, efek hambatan udara pada shuttlecock jauh lebih besar. Shuttlecock memiliki bentuk yang kerucut dengan bulu-bulu, sehingga ketika bergerak, udara masuk menabrak bulu-bulu tersebut. Jadi di sini dia berbentuk kerucut, dan jika dia dipukul, udara akan masuk lewat sela-sela ini dan mengenai bulu-bulu, sehingga menyebabkan hambatan udara. Sifat shuttlecock ini sendiri, shuttlecock sangat cepat melambat setelah dipukul. Laju shuttlecock bisa turun sebanyak 50% dalam waktu kurang dari 1 detik. Meskipun dipukul sangat keras, shuttlecock bisa tetap tidak terbang terlalu jauh seperti bola tenis. Dengan bentuk shuttlecock memang dirancang agar memiliki drag yang tinggi atau memiliki hambatan udara yang tinggi, sehingga lentingnya konsisten dan tidak terlalu jauh. Shuttlecock ini juga bisa mengalami perubahan arah jika terkena hambatan udara. Ketika shuttlecock dipukul, awalnya kecepatannya sangat tinggi. Bahkan para pemain profesional dapat melakukannya hingga 300 km per jam. Tetapi hambatan udara segera memperlambatnya, dan saat melambat gravitasi mulai lebih dominan dan shuttlecock akan menukik curam pada smash, jatuh vertikal pada netting, mengapung sebentar pada drop shot atau lob. Jadi dia seperti ini, jika dipukul dia akan menghambat sebentar, lalu dia akan menukik curam karena gravitasi. Itu adalah sifat shuttlecock. Jadi hambatan udara membuat shuttlecock memiliki lengkung khas yang tidak terlihat pada bola lainnya. Jadi hambatan udara ini juga tergantung pada teknik pukulan yang dipakai. Contohnya drop shot. Shuttlecock dipukul pelan, drag besar, cepat melambat, dan jatuh di dekat net. Ada juga lob atau bisa disebut clear. Pukulan kuat ke atas, drag mengurangi kecepatan saat naik, memungkinkan shuttlecock jatuh lebih vertikal seperti ini. Selanjutnya ada smash yang sudah saya jelaskan tadi. Meski smash sangat cepat, drag menyebabkan kecepatan menurun drastis dan shuttlecock menukik tajam ke bawah. Sulit dikembalikan oleh lawan karena arah menukiknya cepat berubah. Terakhir adalah kita membahas mengapa hambatan udara ini membuat permainan lebih teknikal. Karena hambatan udara yang besar, pemain harus memperhitungkan waktu melayang shuttlecock. Strategi permainan sangat dipengaruhi oleh kontrol putaran, lintasan, dan kecepatan. Angin, misalnya jika dimainkan di ruang terbuka, akan mempengaruhi arah dari shuttlecock. Itu mengapa saya jarang bermain badminton di luar ruangan, karena akan berubah-ubah seperti ini. Ini adalah alasan pertandingan resmi badminton selalu dilakukan di dalam ruangan tertutup agar tidak terganggu oleh angin. Sekarang saya akan membahas rumus dari gaya hambat udara. Gaya hambat bisa disederhanakan sebagai berikut. Gaya hambat sama dengan setengah dikali densitas udara dikali kecepatan pangkat 2 dikali koefisien hambat udara dan dikali luas penampang. Ini adalah rumus sederhana jika kamu ingin membahas gaya hambat udara pada shuttlecock. Karena semakin cepat shuttlecock bergerak, hambatan udara akan sangat cepat sehingga kecepatannya turun hampir seketika. Kesimpulannya, shuttlecock memiliki hambatan udara sangat besar karena desain bulu-bulunya. Hambatan udara menyebabkan shuttlecock cepat melambat, menukik tajam, dan jatuh dengan lintasan yang sangat khas. Banyak teknik pemain badminton seperti smash, drop, lob sangat bergantung pada interaksi antara drag dan gravitasi. Jadi sekian dari saya, terima kasih.